Well, good morning, friends, and welcome to Take Two for this Thursday, the 11th of July, 2019. I'm Jeannie, and I'm so glad you decided to come along for the ride. Well, I've had a very, very busy morning making lists. I make a lot of lists. I've had my little pad, and I've been writing things down. You know, I make a lot of lists in the course of a day. I might make a shopping list, a to-do list, a honey-do list for Michael, a packing list. I'm going on a trip. Maybe, I don't know, my list of errands and household chores that I need to do. You know, I think back when I was in college, I had a lot of lists that I made as a student. I prioritized my homework and my projects. I'd do them in different categories, you know, what was urgent, what needed to be done right away, what could wait. I wrote a reading list. Oh my goodness, I would make a big long list of things that I needed to read. And even now in recent days, Michael and I have been going through the Bible in a year. So we have got to follow this reading list, or we'll skip or we'll miss, and then we have to catch up and that kind of thing. Think about all the different kinds of lists that you have used in your lifetime or others may use. How about diet lists? Like if you're on a restricted eating program, trying to lose weight or trying to get your blood pressure down, or you may have discovered that you have an allergy to something and you have to make a list of all the different foods that you could eat and not eat. How about birthday card list? Oh my goodness, if you're the type of person who still mails out old-fashioned birthday cards through the mail the way I do and doesn't just send a greeting on Facebook but sends out a real card, then you want to make a list of all the people you need to send to. How about your list of bills and when they're due? You know, there's a lot of lists that we make in the course of our lives. How about a salesperson who makes a list of prospective customers, or make a list of people you need to follow back up on? How about your address book? Oh my goodness, my address book is nothing but a list of people's names, telephone numbers, addresses, all that kind of thing. How about just a list of your thoughts, maybe all kinds of special thoughts that you have and you list them. Maybe you have a list of goals that you want to establish. You know, there's all kinds of ways that you could have lists. You could have your little list that you keep on your desk, or you might have your list that you keep in your purse, or you might have, like, this list goes on my refrigerator, and that way I see, you know, like, oh, we're out of milk, so I add that to that little list up there. There's all kinds of ways that we make lists. Even Santa Claus has the naughty and nice list. Now, here's another thing that happens sometimes. Your lists morph into other lists. Like, for example, I might make a honey-do list for Michael, and then I give it to him, and it becomes his regular to-do list. Or maybe sub-listing. Like, for example, make a list, on my list of errands to do, I write, go to Winn-Dixie, go shopping for the cookout that I'm having this weekend. So I have to then make a sub-list. My little sub-list might be the groceries, chicken, potatoes, corn on the cob, etc. And then maybe I have another sub-list, like check sale paper for special deals. I'm a list maker. That's a good thing, you know. Sometimes I need to just make a little list of things to remind me about stuff later. But here's the problem with making lists. I'm going to just do the downside of list making, and that's this. Sometimes if we miss something on the list, then we end up just taking the whole list and saying, oh no, I missed this, I missed this. And we just throw the baby out with the bathwater. Well, that's not right. Just because you missed something on your list doesn't mean that you have to throw the whole list away. But we do that even with things in our own lives. Say we have a goal. Say we've made a goal for ourselves to get to a certain place at a certain time in our lives. We get there and it hasn't been accomplished. So what do a lot of times? We throw the whole idea of ever reaching that goal out the window. Well, let me tell you something, boys and girls. That's not a way to go. Just go ahead and start another list. And this time, maybe the goal needs to be a little more realistic. But don't throw it away. Don't take the whole thing and just say, nah, I don't need that. Nah, I'll never do that. Say you were unrealistic in reaching a certain goal with having your bills paid off, for example. By December 31st of 2018, all my bills are going to be paid off. Well, now here we are in July of 2019, and you're deeper in debt than you were before. Okay, then this is what you do. You realistically say, okay, I am going to budget myself. I'm not going to throw caution to the wind and just spend and spend because I'll never get them paid off. Go ahead, and if by the end of 2019 they're still not paid off, diligently push. Don't stop. Don't stop. Just keep pressing on, boys and girls. Push. It's kind of like when you're praying for something. If you're praying real hard and diligently for something to happen and it hasn't happened yet, push. Do you know what push stands for? Pray until something happens. Don't throw out your lists. Make realistic lists, make doable lists, and stick to your lists, okay? And if there are lists in your life of things that you need to do them realistically. But please, don't give up and don't tear them up. Just keep going forward, okay? Now, go be a blessing to somebody today. You might end up being the only one who isn't. If you need to take a list and write down people that you need to go be a blessing to, do that. And then work on it, and one by one, go bless them, okay? Here's another thing you could put on your list. Go to WRMZ.org and click the listen button. Oh, that's a really good thing to have on your list. And last but not least, don't forget, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jeanne Sigler, JeanneSigler, and hit that listen button. And I'm sorry, hit that subscribe button. I'm all mixed up. Maybe I should make a better list. Now listen, if necessary, if these aren't doing the trick, you might need to go and get yourself one of these big erasable ones. These erasable ones will definitely do the trick. You won't ever miss out on your list then. All right, you be blessed, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow for my Unsung Hero of the Week. I love you, and loving you is always on my list. Bye-bye.